We start with the inspection of the airway. We ask the patient to remove his mask. Please remove your mask. To minimize the distance and to minimize the exposure, what we can do is we can examine the patient looking from the mirror. On inspection, we inspect the anatomy of the face, the nose, no obvious nasal bony deformity, no deviated nasal septum, there is no swelling or any other bony protrusion seen on the nose. Coming to the lips appear normal, the mouth appears normal, no overbite is seen. The jaw appeared normal bilaterally, no swelling, no obvious bony deformity seen. Scar marks, burn marks, any contracture if present, any swelling present. Then we examine the patient from the sides to see for any bony protrusion, any deformity which is obviously present, or any swelling present. Then we examine the patient from the back to see any presence of pad or fat. The line of sight, following the line of sight, we start from the nose. To check for the nose, we see for the nasal patency, bilateral nasal patency. We ask the patient to inspire, taking a deep breath, then close one nostril and exhale from the other nostril and see for the movement of the cotton wick. And also ask the patient in which nostril he felt better. Please take in a deep breath. Close your left nostril and exhale from your right nostril. Right. You have to repeat this step with the other nostril also. Which nostril did you feel better?
Left nostril.
Okay. Now coming to the mouth, we ask the patient to open his mouth as wide as he can and protrude his tongue without making any noise, and we ask the patient only to hold a torch, and we look from the back from the mirror. We see the image of the mouth. Please open your mouth as wide as you can. Protrude your tongue outside. Please hold the torch also. Okay. So by doing this, we examine the size of the mouth, the modified Mallampati score, the dental status, the size of the tongue, the presence of high arched palate. Now we ask the patient to open his mouth and bite his teeth. We see this to see for any presence of overbite and to also assess the dental status of the patient. Now we measure the interincisor gap. We ask the patient to open his mouth and place his 3 vertical fingers inside the mouth and see whether he can place them or not. Please open your mouth and place 3 fingers. With this, we check the interincisor gap. Now we perform the upper lip bite test. We ask the patient to bite his upper lip border with the help of the lower teeth and see for the presence of the level at which the lower teeth lie with respect to the upper lip border. Please bite your upper lip with the help of your lower teeth. In edentulous patient, we do this by a test which is known as the upper lip catch test, in which the lower, since there is no, the teeth are not present, so we see for the ability of the lower gums to catch the upper lip border. Now we ask the patient to protrude his lower jaw ahead of the upper jaw and see for the level of the lower teeth with respect to the upper teeth from the side. Extend, please. Okay. Now.
put a scale into it. Angle. ठीक है? आ रहा है? This is the range of neck movement. ठीक है?
We'll be performing the Delinkins test. In this test, we ask the patient to keep his left index finger on the lower border of the lower jaw and the right index finger on the occipital tuberosity and look backwards as far as he can without furrowing his forehead. Place your left index finger on the lower jaw, left, like this, straight, and the right on the occipital tuberosity, and now look back as far as you can. We see for the relative positions of the left and right index fingers to see the range of atlanto-occipital extension. Now we test for the range of atlanto-occipital extension. We ask the patient to open his mouth and we keep one scale in line with the occlusal surface. Please open your mouth. We keep one scale in line with the occlusal surface of the patient, and then we ask the patient to look back as far as he can. And now the patient will keep the scale on the occlusal surface, and the angle between the two scales will tell us the extension, the atlanto-occipital extension. We have to take a large scale, and then for the measurements we have to first locate our landmarks, that is the mentum, the outer table and the inner table, the hyoid bone, the thyroid notch and the sternal notch. We ask the patient to close his mouth and extend his neck and keep it in that position till the time we measure all the distances. Please close your mouth and extend your neck as back as you can. Now, as you can see, the landmarks in this on his face. This is the outer border of the mentum. This is the inner border. This is the hyoid bone. This is the thyroid notch, and this is the sternal notch. Now we'll be measuring the distances one by one, starting from the hyometal distance from the hyoid notch, from the hyoid bone to the mentum, then from the thyroid notch to the mentum, and then from the sternal notch to the mentum. Now we come to the measurement of neck circumference. So we'll be measuring the neck circumference in the neutral position of the head, just below the level of the thyroid prominence. So we mark the thyroid prominence. We ask the patient to hold this. And taking care of not making a bias because of the clothes, we measure the neck circumference.